Hello everyone. Today, I Ritika Mehta, student teacher of Army Institute of Education, is presenting you the topic the Rehabilitation Council Act 1992. Now, let's see what we are going to learn today. First, introduction of RCA Act, then detailed information about RCA Act 1992, objectives of RCA Act 1992, then summary, and after that to check our knowledge, one-liner questions, and then at the end, references. Now, what is RCI Act? This is the logo of RCI Act. Now, introduction part. The Rehabilitation Council of India was set up as a registered society in 1986. On September 1992, the RCI Act was enacted by Parliament and it became a statutory body on June 1993. The Act was amended by Parliament in 2000 to make it more broad based. RCA regulate and monitor services given to persons with disability and standardize syllabi and maintain a center rehabilitation register of all qualified professionals and personnel working in the field of rehabilitation and special education. It means RCI have a register that maintain all the records of professionals and person that are working for the special need person. Now, RCA Act 1992, the Rehabilitation Council of India Act was meant to regulate the training of rehabilitation professionals in India who work with persons with disabilities. In 2000, the Act was amended to increase the scope to include monitoring of the training of rehabilitation professionals and to promote research in special education and rehabilitation. The Rehabilitation Council of India is headed by a chairperson with experience in the field of social work or rehabilitation as appointed by the central government. It also has a wide membership of central government, representatives of the ministries of wealth, welfare and finance, civil society, representatives, the University Grant Commission, the Indian Council for Medical Research, members of parliament, and the state government. Now, who is a rehabilitation professional as per this act? Now, this question comes to in your mind. Now, let's see who is rehabilitation professionals. Audiologist and speech therapist, clinical psychologist, hearing and ear mold technicians, rehabilitation engineers and technicians, special teachers for educating and training persons with disabilities, vocational counselors, employment officers and placement officers, multi-purpose rehabilitation therapists, technicians, and speech pathologists come under rehabilitation professionals. The Act gave the Council the following powers to keep the register of the qualified professionals who gave training to the person with disabilities. Second, to give standardized syllabi for person with disability to take actions against person who offer training to person with disability without proper qualifications. To provide training to special teachers, to take away the recognition of the institution which do not provide special facilities for persons with disabilities. Now, what are the functions of the council? The Rehabilitation Council of India approves of any university qualification pertaining to rehabilitation professionals as and when any establishment makes a representation to the central government for recognition of any qualification, the council shall be consulted on the matter. The RCI may also enter into negotiation with other countries for reciprocal recognition of the respective qualification offered by them. The RCI can appoint inspectors and visitors to conduct inspection of the institutions and universities where training of rehabilitation professionals take place for the purpose of advising the central government on certification or ensuring the quality of the same. Now, again, what are the functions of council? The RCA can withdraw recognition if they are of the opinion that the quality of education does not match up to standards. The RCA can prescribe minimum quality standards of education as also the standards of professional conduct, etiquette, and code of conduct for rehabilitation professionals. This means RCI Act provides this council to such powers that they can withdraw recognition and also prescribe minimum quality standards for person with disabilities. Now, objectives of RCI Act. First, to prescribe minimum standards of education and training of various professionals dealing with persons with disabilities. Second, to bring about standardization of training courses for professionals dealing with persons with disabilities. Third, to regulate the training policies and programs in the field of rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. Now, fourth, to regulate these standards in all training institutions uniformly throughout the country. Fifth, to recognize institution, organization, universities, bachelor degrees, PG diploma, certificate courses in the field of rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. Sixth, to encourage continuing education in the field of rehabilitation and special education by way of collaboration with organizations working in the field of disability. Now, summary part. Let's see what we have learned throughout the slides. First, RCA Act enhance the quality of life of people with disability by improving services delivery, by providing more equitable opportunities, and by promoting their human rights. Second, it delivers the service and training to people with disabilities, professionals, and their family members. Third, RCA Act provided a basic guideline and shows a path through which we can make life of a person with special needs more easy and can maintain efficient living standard. Now, these are one-liner questions to check our knowledge. First, what the term RCA stands for. Second, when was RCA Act set up as a registered society? Third, when RCA becomes statutory body? Fourth, when this act was amended by Parliament? Fifth, write any two objectives of RCA Act. I hope you will able to answer all these questions. These are the references. You can go through it for further information. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.